What's up, guys? So, we're gonna drive down to the dealer here, pick up our trailer we just bought. I want to see. I'm gonna bring that down a little bit. Maybe bring up the game. See how that works. So it is officially spring again on the map. I've been doing quite a bit of work on here, so I kind of reset the crop texture, so it's not very accurate, but just gonna buzz on down to the dealer here, pick up our easy to load. I think we're gonna trade in our New Holland combine, um, sell that off, and maybe pick up a John Deere later on the season. So for what we'll probably do today, downloaded this little Rhino mower, so kind of want to get around to putzing around with that thing. Probably mow some of our ditches. We sold all of our grain. Um, I got rid of those placeable silos, and I built a silo complex. Put in the irrigation unit. I tried using the irrigation unit that you can use in game, and it keeps throwing an LUA error about some dirty tire thing with the dirty tire module. Um, so that's a bummer. Like I could load it, but it wouldn't load with the wheels. Anyways, now we have a good reason to use our triaxle here. It's another irrigation unit over here. So what we might do is we might load up Courseplay to till up some of these fields for us. We have this large field here. So we might get that going. We'll fuel up our equipment. Wash some stuff, and then we'll get get getting busy here. Started working on some duplex models for houses, so I can start working on more of the scenery around these roads. So these two, you can kind of see I stopped working on fences, but these two barns here, talked to them about last time. Those are all custom to this map. I'm playing on a computer. Yeah, it's the only thing worth playing this game. The PC, the console versions, I can't imagine those are any good. this is this is definitely a PC game. So you can kind of see where we're at. It's mid-spring. Soil temperature is just at frozen, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. It's gonna start warming up here. Um, this data is based off of I think it's Nourishment or Amory. I don't really think they had the data available for the Osceola region, so, but it's close enough. So this is our new bin layout. Just gonna get the truck and trailer ready for over here. So I think I'm gonna unload this corn head in our other shed. Before that, we'll wash this thing. Too bad we're gonna be trading this thing in with a full tank of fuel. It's a bit of a bummer. So I'm not exactly sure where I want to put this corn head so it's out of the way. Let's set it here. The thing with this combine is it didn't have the tanks that can fold. I need to extend these sides out a little further, it looks like. Wow, the wheels on this thing are... Might have to go and edit my trailer so it can... This barely fits on there. So this rig's ready to roll. We'll trade this thing in. Get ourselves probably a 680 or something. Meanwhile, we need to get one of our discs ready. Picked up these little guys, the 730 and 620. What do I think about John Deere's coming to 19? Well, they're already here in 17, so... You know, the thing is, I feel like the fact that they've introduced John Deere now officially into the game, it kind of gives them an excuse to slack off on other changes. You know, like we brought John Deere, people will be happy now. We can kind of like the pressure's off our back here to fix some of the major bugs. That's kind of my opinion on John Deere coming to 19. And the thing is it's gonna be the European John Deere. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be any kind of American. So that means you're gonna have to edit everything. I don't know why they don't make it configurable. Like, do you want the European or American version? With the fact that you can configure everything now. So I don't really want to start on field 12 yet. Drive all the way down there. I'm just gonna cut across the road here and start working on this field. Field 2. So, this is field 2. We're gonna calculate its edge. Override here. Where are we gonna start? We're gonna start in the. I'm gonna make it a little bit less than 16. We're in field 2. We're gonna start. Let's start in the southeast. Start direction. Um, oh, weird. You can angle it. So we want to go due west. Headlands. Let's do 2 headlands last. Bypass islands. Simple. Let's circle, I guess. Okay, let's go ahead and generate our course. And where do we want to start? It's got to be over here somewhere. What? Maybe I did that wrong. Oh, end location. We want to end northeast. Totally read that wrong. Starting direction west. Let's see if that works any better. Wait, how's that ending position northeast? They've changed this Courseplay map generation. There we go. Finally. Let's bump our turn speed up to 8. We want this thing on all the time. What else do we need here? Field work. There we go. Alright, so our John Deere is going to be disking up our field 2. Kind of see where we're on the PDA here. We don't really need to plow anything. This was the field I was trying to put an irrigation unit in. If I fast forward over here, it was sitting right here, and I had it in game and working. It's just that it would load without the wheels, and anytime you would put the correct wheel in, then it would throw a LUA error about some dirty tire thing. Because I was gonna test that out, and if it worked great, I was gonna replace these. These are static. These don't actually work. So I was gonna see if those worked, but they didn't. So, because then I have another little unit over here, and there's supposed to be another one in this corner back here, but anyway, so that was a bit disappointing that those didn't work out, but it looks cool. I'll just have to drive around this thing. Anyway, so that's going. We have our planting rig here, all fueled up, ready to go. We could probably put down some fertilizer. We don't have a seed tender though, that's the problem. So I probably won't dick around with that. We don't need to use our 2730. I think all of our fields are pretty much well plowed. But this is a thing I really wanted to try out here. It's a Rhino Epic 4155. So this thing will actually mow the corn stalks. I never really understood why people mow corn stalks. I feel like it's just a big waste of fuel, honestly. Windchaser was a fake place. It didn't exist. It was an had a heavy edit of that uh, European map, Ben's Northwest or something. No, this map is private. Oops. So we're pulling this with a 6145. It's not a big tractor at all. It's a good tractor to pull silage wagons, though. We were using this to run our augers, but then I picked up a couple of those classic John Deere's, so I think those are going to be our new auger tractors. Too bad this thing doesn't mow the bushes. I think what I'm actually going to have to do is I'm going to have to convert all of these extra foliage layers, like the bushes and things like that, to actual fruits. Um, because then you'll be able to mow that, and plows will be able to destroy and things like that. But I'm kind of waiting around to see what they do with 19 if any changes happen. But I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna have to happen. So we're just mowing some of our ditches now. Not like they really need it. Guess I should probably put my beacons on, huh? This is actually a really polygonish built this thing, and it's actually pretty decent. It's a cool design. I actually like this better than the John Deere. I feel like the John Deere was a little underscaled, but like the wheels and things like that. Have I finished the FP240? Nope. I haven't really worked on it. Kind of lost interest. I still need to make the corn chopping head and add a lot of detail, and then UV map it, and then So I'm just kind of more focused on the map right now. Um, Instead of working on individual pieces of equipment, and I'm not really playing. I don't really want to do the small farming right now. I mean, it'd be cool, but I just want to be in the right mood, because things like that you need to stay motivated to finish. I wonder why. I know Polygonish made an old one. It's like what, like a 900 or something. It's gonna get a little dicey down here. Ah, so it doesn't mow the corn stalks if they're not over terrain. Interesting. Can't say I know what small American farming is, so probably not. Some steep slopes over here. I need to get in GE and clean up where this field terrain is. I think it's a little too far over here. Because you can see the grass. See, we're mowing over field terrain. That's why it's leaving that chop straw effect. So the field over here on the left is part of the Strom farm. So I'm gonna go back here and actually mow the grass. So these bushes, you can destroy them with a plow and cultivator, but you can't mow them. I knew there was a rock picker basket out there, and I thought there was a mod that would spawn rocks as like you plow and cultivate. I might have to look into that because I think that might be something, you know, worth doing. Because when you're running a crop farm in this game, there isn't a whole lot to do at, points in time. Like right now, we're just cultivating, doing some mowing, but I have to say this is the first time I've used this mower, any kind of, winged mower. batwing mower like this, and I really thought it was going to be pretty boring. Which, I mean, it kind of is, but there's still it's still kind of fun to do. The only thing that really bugs me is I can't mow those bushes, so I'm going to have to figure out how to fix that. Or I could just live with it, I guess. So this is the neighbor's field, so I'm not going to mow their ditch for them. I'm just going to mow around the perimeter of my field because I'm a dick. So this farm that we're going to be driving up to, I haven't really worked on it at all. It's just kind of has some random buildings in there. Um, but I think it, I think it still is a dairy farm. I drove by there and I couldn't really tell. I couldn't tell if it was still a dairy or if it was converted over to a beef. If I had to say, it's probably a beef farm, like a hobby beef farm. Yeah, this is the 6R I made and for 15 and converted it over. Has some issues. It's not the most detailed thing in the world, but works for me. There's actually going to be quite a bit of fencing. This is all going to be pasture here, so I won't be able to mow up next to it. I flew back to this area for Mother's Day to see the family, and I took some pictures, so can make a lot more progress on these hard to see areas that you can't see from Google Maps. So these ditches out in the boonies here, they get pretty overrun. Um, Back at our old house where I grew up, they would probably only mow the ditches once once a summer, and it was always like towards the end of summer. And you'd see a lot of people mowing. A lot of farmers would mow their own ditches like this, their own waterways. People would get weed whippers out and kind of Especially lived on like busy corners and things like that where you can't see. Oh, this is a steep part. I wonder where the 9R is. I feel like it should be a lot further than. It says it's going 8.2. I feel like that disc should be a lot further along than just a couple passes here. See, this would be a perfect spot just to mow down these bushes. I had been cutting some of the corn stalks. I'm not gonna mow the whole field of corn. That would take forever. I wonder if this guy's just been going around in circles this whole time. Pretty sure that's what this guy was doing. I was just spinning around in circles. I already turned the volume up. I can't really turn it up anymore. Try that combo. All right, one field down. That was like an hour's worth of mowing, I feel like. So this field actually has a fence around it. Well, it's supposed to. Never got around to finishing it, so I'm not too sure if we'll. might mow this little ditch though. Don't want to mow over the debris. So this is our junkyard. You know what? I always wondered if the people that actually live in these farms play this game. I think it would be interesting for like the people that own this farm. I forget the name. It's like I know the Lindels, the Stroms, and for whatever reason these guys aren't coming. Can't think of the name. So I wonder how long it's going to take for this grass to grow back. So I think we'll call it a day for the mowing for now. See if we can drive this thing over to the dealership. Hopefully it doesn't fall off. That'd be bad. And we're off. I feel like our thing's spinning again. Yep. God damn it. See if that works. This guy should have been done a while ago, but not necessarily done, but a lot further along. Keeps getting in those circles, those turns. So there's a road and houses that go all the way up in the woods there. Not that you can see them from here, but definitely wanted this because we're right on the edge of the map here, and I really wanted this border to feel like you're still kind of in the middle of the map. So you can see where the boundary, where the texture's a little shitty. But I mean, it does the job. It's a hell of a lot better than being a black abyss. It's it's the real terrain, so. Where do I get the bale spear for your John Deere? I made my bale spears. I don't know if there's anything floating around there or not, but all that is scratch build. So I'm not sure if I want to pick up the new combine now. Probably will pay off some loans and might have to take out another loan to buy a new combine, which is fine. So we're bringing this back to the dealer, so we get a little bit more money for it. Served us well. 960. I have to repair it? What the hell? I had to repair it just to sell it? It was worth it. I got a lot more money for it. Holy shit. So we'll leave this deal here. This guy's still going. Helper eye. So this guy is not even halfway done with this field. What the hell is this guy doing? Seriously, what is he doing? I'm tempted to get rid of this RX and just keep my wheeled machine. I mean, I like the tracks, but I feel like this has more issues with Courseplay than the wheel machine does. So these things are awesome. I don't know if I'll keep them because they kind of started lagging my game. But these things are cool little auger trotters. It's so small. It's too bad because I think these things are lagging my game. You guys here now? Does it not have any game sound the whole time? leg is a lot better now. It's too bad, I really like those things, but when you lag my game, you gotta go. So, do we have any... yeah, that's right. We have no grain. Edit loan. We still have... a lot of debt. Courseplay, update collision view. What is Courseplay glitching? Courseplay traffic. There is no traffic. What I should do is put those Firestone tires on. That thing would probably look mint. We may need to use this thing yet, this spring. I'm not sure, I haven't really investigated our fields all that much. That's clean, ready to go. Kind of put trees in here after I had these things placed. So let's take a peek at our fields here. So this guy's plowing up that field. Good. My map's a little off, but close enough. So we can do 34. Let's look at status. Let's look at soil. Do any of our fields need plowing? Needs plowing. Oh shit! So a lot of these need plowing. So we're gonna have to get rolling here on some of these fields. What I want to do though first is I want to put some fertilizer. I want this guy to stop and see if that causes. So it must be that RX that's causing issues with Courseplay, which is bizarre. Alright, so what I think we're going to do is we're going to broadcast some fertilizer on a lot of these fields because they all need to get plowed, so I'm going to put that cultivator back actually. put down some dry fertilizer before we till it into the soil here. I have the floaters on. I might trade this, you know, get this, upgrade these tires to tracks at some point. The tracks are looking like. So what's crazy is we had to chisel plow field 12, which is like 300 acres here, which isn't that big in real life. I mean, it's big in real life, but in the game, it takes a long time. So this is field 12. This is one of our large fields. Need a chisel plow, it's going to take forever. Thanks, Tom Lang. I'm not sure if it matters when we get crops in the ground. If it's like the first day of spring or the last day of spring, I'm not sure if that affects the yield or not. Last time we tried to harvest these beans, it didn't let us. I'm gonna configure this and put my tracks on it. So it's spring. Ouch, that hurt. Sweet. Let's put them out just a little bit. The field we're going to be spreading in. We started, almost wrapped up the fences around this field. Not all of these fields have fences, but some of them, a lot of them have these old rusted fences. So. Actually, it would probably be easier because that irrigation system is right in our way. Spread this out a little bit more. I'm gonna drop the speed down to like 12. Actually, screw it. Give it hell. So we got our tracks in between the 30-inch spacing here. Do I miss Wind Chaser? Well, I haven't played it in probably 2 or 3 years, so no, I don't miss it. You can see those distant boundaries. That's all real DEM data. I wouldn't say it's 100% accurate, but I would say it's 85% accurate. Just because of the way that I had to import the data into Blender to make it. It wasn't the exact science. This is pretty much where I ended up with the fencing here. This fence is encloses these 2 fields here. So eventually, if you buy both these fields, you can make them all one, if you so wish. What happened to my engine? It just died. Am I going too fast in the field or something? Or just maintenance required? Oh shit. It only has 2.4 hours on it though. You gotta be kidding me. I guess we better go shove some money into this thing. I think we were going a little too fast in our field. I didn't like it. Maintenance required. This Osceola map is it's so much better than Wind Chaser. Wind Chaser is terrible in comparison. If you want to know my thoughts on John Deere, go to the beginning of the live stream and watch it. I already talked about it there. So I'm going to bring this thing over here and get it repaired. Repair. So we have 30 engine hours or 36 days until maintenance is required. So I guess we will find out if that's true or if that kind of goes down as we keep going a little ham here in our field. You know, I do miss soil mod with the different fertilizers and nutrients. Just it's a little too basic with the one fertilizer. It'd be great if you could do like fungicide, like on your corn late season. Again, this game has so much potential. So it says 30 engine hours or 36 days. Let's see if that goes down as we're driving across this field here. Seems to be good. Sub and like. Usually it does a little sound thing when people subscribe. Yeah, I don't know why the thing died on us. It doesn't even have 3 hours on it, apparently. That's the first time I had a piece of equipment shut down on me before. Juicy tracks. What's this? Oh, some residue. So we only have the dry box spreader for this. We don't have the sprayer. May get that in the future here, but I'd like to get these fields fertilized before we go over with the plow. We're gonna get our 9620 over here, start ripping up this ground. I should put the 360 on like a 2100 ripper, so I don't have to use the 2730 all the time. Like for beating ground and things, you can rip beating ground with that. In fact, that's what I really should do. That's also my planting truck, I'm seeing. might as well bring this thing down. I'm gonna need to rip that 38 anyways. Hopefully this thing will fit through those. Through those gates. This guy's doing work. There's something about just huge 800mm tires that makes a tractor look badass. I feel like this golf course is always going to look super sad and basic. There's nothing there. There's like 2 buildings. Parking lot. I guess there's trees and stuff. That field has fencing all the way around it. That one's pretty much done. And then this area over here is going to be a tree farm eventually. This is all housing developments back in here. And then the school's down there. Always something to do. The downside with these houses is they're so underscaled. They're probably like 15, a good 10-15% too small. So I don't know what Giants was thinking when they made these houses. They're like houses for hobbits. I don't know how they expect to put a full-size vehicle in those garages. So this big bitch, this is a huge field. This is pretty much corn all the time. I'm using the MR gameplay. I have the correct prices in for grain, but it's about 5 times too much, so I feel like his conversion however he converts those things isn't accurate. Because I put in my prices for my wind chaser map, so it's like 100 and good yield, like 100% yields with soil mod is like 185 bushel an acre. It was like $4 a bushel corn. Right now it's like $20 a bushel corn, even with the same values. So it's kind of frustrating. And some I'm supposed to be getting around like 5,000 for a semi load, and I was getting around 25,000. Will it fit? Yeah, it should fit. Auto save. This thing has got some pretty decent slippage. That quad track mode is a little bit better actually. So maybe I'll stay with the quad track. I pulled this ripper better. This thing's at 17% slippage. Quad track was usually around like 4 or around 4 to 8. Maintenance required. Is that because I let this shit sit the whole year? What does it say maintenance required. It's got 8.8 hours on it. You must have to get these things maintenance done every season. That'd be my guess. Yeah, so this one says maintenance required. They all say maintenance required. Put this little tractor in. No, that one doesn't say maintenance required. Nope. This one says maintenance required. I'm going to save this as to cultivate. Done. I think the RX is the way to go, actually, now that I saw the performance of that wheel machine. RX is doing fantastic. Alright guys, I've been streaming for a while, so I'm going to call it a day here. Thanks for watching.